Okay, yeah, I look backwards because apparently anytime I record a video now that's over 4 minutes long, TikTok just deletes it before I can even post it. So now I have to record them directly to my phone. That having been said, stick with me for a minute on this one for the evidence that House Republicans think that they have, that they intend to use to impeach Joe Biden. Andrew Clyde, he's a Republican representative from the state of Georgia, was on Fox Business this morning with Maria Bartiromo, and he started off by talking about indictments, impeachments, investigations of Donald Trump, blah, blah, blah. And he said, well, I'm certainly in favor of an impeachment inquiry. We have never seen corruption like this at the executive level in my lifetime. Where's he been for the last 7 years? I mean, this is the most corrupt president. You just have to read the FBI's FD 1023 form of the interview with the president of Burisma to see that Joe Biden and his son Hunter Biden were bribing or requiring from, really extorting from Burisma to the tune of $10 million, $5 million for each of them. Well, first of all, an FBI 1023 is a witness statement form. An agent sits down with somebody who's giving them a statement. They type it out on that form. Second, the president of Burisma never gave a statement to the FBI. His statement is not in that FD 1023 form. Whose statement is in that FD 1023 form? It's a statement of someone who says he heard something from the former president and CEO of Burisma. That former president of Burisma is a guy named Mykola Zlochevsky. He's co-founder of Burisma, former president and CEO, who is currently in hiding because he's facing all kinds of corruption charges. So the House Republicans have a witness statement from a guy who said he heard something from that other guy. That's hearsay. That's inadmissible in court, barring certain exceptions. But in order to substantiate that statement, they got to produce Zlochevsky live, which they won't be able to do during their impeachment proceedings because Zlochevsky is in hiding because he's facing all kinds of corruption charges. Cool. Now, since this form came out and this witness statement came out, Mr. Zlochevsky has spoken to the press, because in the 1023, like Representative Clyde just said, they're using that form to say that Joe Biden and Hunter Biden demanded a $5 million bribe for each of them, $10 million total, from Burisma during the period of time that Joe Biden was vice president, and that Joe Biden apparently engaged in some official acts to benefit Burisma and the financial condition of himself and his son. Mr. Zlochevsky, when reached for a statement, said he's never had any contact with Joe Biden. He's never spoken to Joe Biden. He has no knowledge of any $5 million bribe paid to Joe Biden when he was vice president, and there were no exchanges of official favors from Joe Biden that benefited Burisma. No one from Burisma ever had any contacts with Vice President Biden or people working for him during Hunter Biden's engagement, Zlochevsky said in a transcript. When asked if the vice president had ever assisted him or his company in any way, Zlochevsky said no. When asked if he had ever paid any or the company had ever paid any $5 million bribe to Joe Biden or Hunter Biden, Mr. Zlochevsky said no. But House Republicans, in the form of this FD 1023 witness statement form, and we don't know who that statement is from because it's redacted on the form. Hopefully it's not one of their other whistleblowers who is also on the run from federal authorities. But this is what they're going to use to impeach Joe Biden when they come back next week, when the House comes back in session next week. This is what Kevin McCarthy, Marjorie Three Toes Green, Andy Biggs, Andrew Clyde are going to do. Hang on one second. Now, when was that? Yesterday, I'm trying to find the guy's name. There was a Republican representative who was interviewed on live television by Jake Tapper. I can't find him. I can't remember what his name is. A guy who is a member of the Freedom Caucus. And that guy who is a member of the Freedom Caucus said to Jake Tapper on live television, we don't have any evidence. Okay, it was Representative Ken Buck, Republican from Colorado, member of the Freedom Caucus. He told Jake Tapper on live television, Republicans don't have any evidence to impeach Joe Biden. We don't have any evidence that he broke any laws. We don't have any evidence that he accepted bribes. We don't have any evidence that he changed official U.S. policy in exchange for money. And Jake Tapper's in like, what are you guys doing? He's like, well, our constituents want revenge. They want retribution for the 2 impeachments for Donald Trump. They want revenge and they want retribution because Donald Trump was impeached twice. So that's basically why we're doing this. No evidence, and their Gomer constituents want revenge. So Republicans are going to use the power of the United States Congress to impeach Joe Biden with no evidence because the Gomers want revenge. I'm sure this is going to work out extremely well for them.